Greetings and welcome to another edition of the Metal Command Show, Top Albums of the Year Countdown. Of course, I'm going to be talking about albums number 11 through 15, and these 5 records really definitely had an impact on me, as did all 35 of the albums on my favorite albums of the year list this year, out of the probably 200 that were sent to me. And I'm not going to waste any time. I'm going to get to number 15, and it is Saxon. And Saxon is a band that I absolutely love, and I really ended up getting into them initially with some of the older Saxon material. However, my favorite stuff is from Unleash the Beast onwards. In fact, I remember getting to meet that band back when they toured. They came to Peabody's in Cleveland, the old Peabody's in Cleveland, way back in the day for the Unleash the Beast album. I got to hang out in a tour bus with Biff. They signed all my stuff. I still have the signed album to this day. And I think ever since they came out with that album, and then the album Metalhead, they just have been nonstop putting out great stuff. And the older they get, it seems like the better they get. They're one of those bands that definitely has not lost it. If anything, they have gotten better over the years, and they are definitely one of the best live shows I've ever seen. But the new album, Carpe Diem, is an amazing record. Not really anything different from what Saxon have been putting out for a number of years, but definitely a solid, very good release. And let's face it, when you hear Saxon, when you hear one of their songs, you know it's them. You know it's Biff's voice. They're a pretty unique band in that sense, and definitely worthy of being on the list at number 15. Number 14, Russell Allen and Ed Olson with the album Army of Dreamers. This is a good album. They had another album previous to this, which was very good. It's Russell Allen, folks. I mean, Russell Allen, to me, is like one of the best vocalists ever. Anything the guy does sounds great. You know, from Symphony X to Adrenaline Mob to the stuff he does with Ian Lukazin and Star One and Arion and anything else that he's done in the past. And Russell Allen's a great vocalist. Annette Olsen, I know she got a lot of flack when she was in Nightwish. Not many people liked her. I loved her voice in Nightwish. In fact, I like her voice a lot, and I think her and Russell really accent each other well and really pair well together on an album. So this is a very good album, very good songs. Obviously, a lot of great singing going on. Definitely worth it as at number 14 on the list. Number 13, and you got to say this album title like twice. I actually have to read it because I can't say this all the way through. It's like I gotta memorize it. But Avantasia with the new album, A Paranormal Evening with the Moonflower Society. I mean, say that like 20 times fast. But Tobias Sammet, and early on in my show, Tobias Sammet used to come on. This was back when Ed Guy put out like their second or third album. I think it was Vainglory Opera. So technically it's the third album. Savage Poetry came out later on. They re-recorded it, obviously. But when Vainglory Opera came out, in those early days of my radio show, Tobias Sammet used to always come in and come on my show back in the day. And, you know, I remember when the Avantasia thing first started coming, when it was first an idea for that matter. I remember waking up one Saturday morning because back in the old days, I used to do Halloween's website, and I did end up interviewing Michael Kiske at the time, which was kind of a rarity back in the late 90s for a lot of people. And he called me trying to get his number, and I really didn't give it to him. I gave him someone else's number who then gave it to him. That is another story for another day. But Tobias Sammet's a genius. I knew this guy was a genius from the moment I heard him. But the first couple Ed Guy albums I heard to the first Avantasia album. And although Ed Guy's more on the back burner for him, Avantasia is great. You got Floor Jansen singing on this thing. You have Ralph Sheeper singing on this thing. You just have so many great singers that he brings together. And it's a very unique talent. Just like Ian Lukazin does, Tobias Sammet can take singers from different kinds of bands and make them fit on the music that he's writing. And that actually takes a pretty unique talent. So this album comes in at number 13, A Paranormal Evening with the Moonflower Society. Definitely worthy on that list. Number 12. This one may surprise people. Give it to me right now. It is Civil War with the album Invaders. Now, Civil War changed singers. When you change singers, it's always something, when you're changing a singer, it's always something that could be a little risky. But I'm pretty happy with how Kelly Sundown has sang on this album and with this band. This is a great record. In fact, I like it better than the first album, the first couple records that they did. And that's saying a lot because I liked those albums a lot. But great European power metal at its finest. And that comes in at number 12 on the list. And then last but not least, the last album I'm going to talk about at number 11, it happens to be the band with my favorite female singer or heavy metal singer of all time, Nora Luhimo, and that is Battle Beast with the album Circus of Doom. It came out pretty early in the year last year, but folks, I'm going to be honest with you. I really like this album quite a bit. It's very, very good. I like it better than the last Battle Beast album for sure, but definitely didn't quite crack the top 10, but still a top-notch release, and that's where I'm going to leave it for this video. So with that being said, don't forget to check the next video out. If you like this video and you want to comment on the albums, please comment on any of these releases, whether you like them, whether you dislike them. Again, music is all subjective, and it's great to hear differing opinions. But with that being said, if you like what you hear and see, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next countdown video coming up soon.